Hi everyone, welcome to Koloa Town. My name is Aro Kanashiro. I'm the Koloa Plantation Days president, and I want to welcome you to our first ever virtual Koloa Plantation Days celebration. You know, due to unforeseen circumstances and the unprecedented pandemic we've had to cancel our celebration. But we will be providing you with some entertainment today. And you know, I just want to give you guys a heartfelt welcome and thank you for everyone that's participated in Koloa Plantation Days throughout all the years. You know, we know everyone is struggling right now. And I just want to thank everyone for all of their help all through the years. So this is the 35th year for Koloa Plantation Days, and this is going to be the first year we actually don't have a parade. You know, we were all prepared to have a parade this year. The theme this year was farming, plantation style. And our grand marshals for the parade were going to be Kanashiro Pig Farms, Uncle Mamo and Auntie Val, who've been in the pig industry for 100 years now. You know, how I got involved with Koloa Plantation Days over 10 years now. You know, I was born and raised in Koloa. Auntie Phyllis was the president of Koloa Plantation Days, and she was also my kindergarten teacher. And Auntie Phyllis and Auntie Stella, who's a big pillar of the Koloa community, approached me. Auntie Stella was actually my bus driver going to elementary school. And I can tell you, we had the most quiet bus probably on the island to date. But Auntie Phyllis and Auntie Stella approached me and said, "Hey, Arrow, we really want you to be involved in Koloa Plantation Days, and we want you to be a part of it." And for me, there was no telling them no. And you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, we've lost both of them, but you know, it's big shoes to fill, and you know, I'm confident that the board and everyone that works on the celebration are able to, you know, fill those footprints and really make the celebration a successful celebration. I just want to say how much I appreciate everyone that has helped put this celebration together, and also all the visitors that come. And you know, year after year, you can find them in the same spot along the parade route. People call months ahead of time to say, when is the Plantation Days, what's the schedule, and they actually plan their vacation around here. So, you know, this virtual celebration is to hopefully get you to be able to feel and experience what you feel here, or if you've never seen the Koloa Plantation Days before celebration, it'll give you an opportunity to see the fun that we have in Koloa, the pride we have in Koloa, and just the tradition that we've had here, and all from the comfort of your own home. You know, there's food vendors that we always get to see. I just want to thank Uncle Joe and Auntie Paulette Grace, who are always there providing great food at the park for all the people after the parade. All of the entertainment, taiko drummers, we have Lena Alapaval's halal. Just wonderful entertainment, wonderful people that have come here every year to make this a celebration and make it a success. And you know, this virtual celebration is for all of you to enjoy.
Aloha. I'm Melissa McFerrin-Warak, and I'm the event committee chair for Koloa Plantation Days. And we want to commemorate Koloa Plantation Days for you this year by sharing a little bit with you and enjoying with those that have been a part of it every year or have come year after year. We've been getting many calls if it's going to be held, but unfortunately we can't be with you in person this year, so we want to be with you virtually to remember something about Koloa and also share a little bit with those of you out there who might be considering a trip to Koloa. Something to know about Koloa: it is the site of the first commercially successful sugar mill, not only on the island of Kauai, but in the state of Hawaii. Through that process, and the workers that came from around the world changed the course of our history here locally, but also in the state, and makes Hawaii what it is today. Plantation Days is all about getting together plantation style and celebrating the diverse heritage that brought us together here in Koloa and also in Hawaii. We share the music, the food, the transitions. We love talking story with our kupuna to learn about what was it like, because our society has changed, but much about Koloa and the heart of Koloa, the neighborhood and the camaraderie, much of that stays the same and is something that our founder Phyllis Kunimura felt was so important to pass on to future generations. Phyllis is no longer with us, but she passed on some important things to us about keeping this going every year. We have our hosts, Dickie Chang and Julie Souza. Now, Dickie Chang of Wala'au has been the host of Vala'au for many years, and our parade right here in Koloa, along with longtime Koloa resident Julie Souza. And so they're going to share a little talk story with us, and we try to bring that magic and that fun back, as well as some wonderful memories that Dickie and Vala'au has shot over the years, both of the parade event and the park event.
Aloha! Aloha kakahiaka. Welcome to the annual Koloa Plantation Days Parade. With me is my very dear friend, the co-host, Auntie Julie Souza. First of all, where's everybody going?
Oh no! We get the right time! Oh, what? The right day?
What happened? What
Oh,
happened?
what happened?
But nonetheless, we cannot do the parade because of circumstances beyond our control. But we're here in beautiful downtown Koloa, and this means so much to you as a Kauaian.
Born and raised in Koloa. I won't tell you how many years that's been, but quite a number of years. And the changes that have occurred. But what has really saved us is showing off Kauai on our Koloa Day Parade. And always happening in July. We always do the cleanup of Maluhia Junction Road. Prior to that, Koloa Day Parade is something that a lot of our friends from afar would come primarily for the parade.
You know, Auntie Julie, thank you for mentioning that, because I have to say this humbly. You know the people from the Poipu Point or the Hyatt or the Waiahai or the Wai Beach Resort or Kiuhuna. I mean, you know the people that come here every year as a signature event in conjunction with the Hawaii Tourism Authority. But everybody comes over here because it's like 10, 11, 12 days of
Fun, yeah.
Ho'olaulea, food, walks, talk story.
All kinds of stuff, you know. So it's really, it's a whole thing for our friends that come, and they all stay in Koloa. And because everything is here for 10 days. So it's going to be missed, but Kauai is strong, and we're going to come back.
We're gonna come back, but you know, it's like when you introduce the grand marshals, or when you introduce the horses and the classic cars and the family reunions, and people, it's almost like you do the parade route twice or three times. You know, because everybody know each other.
Yeah.
And then laugh, everybody cracking up, like laughing up to the max. You know what I mean?
It's just, you've got to be here to know the excitement that we go through, really.
You know, being born and raised in Koloa, and you know, the plantation meant a lot to a lot of people, because nowadays, hard for talk about plantation if you're not from Hawaii.
Right.
Hard for relate, because everybody, I don't think nobody knew we was broke, because we wasn't poor.
We
were poor.
No.
We wasn't rich growing up, you know, and we never had money, but maybe never need back then.
Never need. I mean, you know, everybody is eating all this ahi because they're catching this big, beautiful fish. When I was growing up was manini, the worst fish you could eat. But that was our dinner. You know, you go out there and you spear the manini, and that's the only one I could spear because of the size of the manini. So, you know.
Yeah. And by the way, for the record, I've always said the manini should have been the state fish, because you can eat humu humu nuku nuku apua'a.
Right.
But everybody used to throw net with the manini. You know what I mean? You catch the manini, the gel fish,
Yeah.
look like get the stripes and all
Oh,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But you deep fry that bugger. That's with the white rice. That was it. Vienna sausage, maybe pork and beans,
Oh,
or
yeah.
corn
Beans and gravy.
you know, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so we're here right now in Koloa Town, and sad but true, so many Hawaii residents, Kauai residents, people came here. It's a signature event. And then I can tell you something, because you and I have been in the industry for many, many years. We have so many of our mainland
Friends.
friends
Yep.
that would come here during this time, and it's the summer. You know, the place would be choked, and everybody was having fun, and
But you know, it's going to come back. We just have to have faith. We have to abide by the rules. You know, I mean, I'm struggling with this mask for now, but you know, that's what I do all day long. It keeps falling off my ear, and I thought I had big ears, but you know, brother. It just
Nobody get bigger ears than me, Hoy. Anyway, just wanted to say aloha to my very, very dear friend, Auntie Julie Souza. It's been an honor to MC this event that means so much to you and so much to the community. And what I would like to say is, you know, in terms of the forefathers, I'm not from Kauai. I've been here for 33 years. But to the Uncle Tony Kunimuras of the world, to the Auntie Stella Burgess of the world, to the Auntie Phyllis Kunimuras of the world, I mean, those are the driving forces of what made Koloa Plantation Days. And now, through the leadership of Bertram Almeida, Melissa McFerrin, Arrow Kaneshiro, you know, the younger generations, to perpetuate what has to continue,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
You want to say a few words about Phyllis Kunimura, our pal?
Oh gosh, where do you start talking about Phyllis Kunimura? She had the heart and soul of everyone's well-being, per se. You know, she taught about everybody else before she did about her own self. And, you know, for her to have started this Koloa Day parade, in actuality, it took a lot of planning. And, you know, she would sit in these meetings and she would just, you know, calmly tell you all that you need to do, and everybody will just sit back and listen to what Phyllis Kunimura had to say.
Remember when we celebrated the 50th anniversary of statehood, and she fondly invited her dear friends, Governor George Ariyoshi and
Yes.
Jean Ariyoshi.
Yes.
And it was in conjunction of the 50th anniversary of the planting of the 1 million tree, and just so happened to be in Koloa. I mean, remember you just told me, bro, you didn't send me one picture.
This year, I think, for me, when it started blooming, it began to bloom, and of course it starts with half a tree. And we always pray that the whole tree will be in full bloom by the time Koloa Day Parade is here. But when Phyllis had passed away, if you all can think back of when that was, that tree only bloomed half for the whole season.
And I remember that, and I remember that because we
Look,
both,
I have,
yeah, me too, in the sun, chicken skin, in the sun, true story, look on, goosebumps.
Yeah.
But we all remember that the tree was weeping, but I remember you said, also, correct me if I'm wrong, remember Suioka store
Yes.
when closed after 100 years with the ownership with
Aloha!
you know like the closing, and you said it's a only half bloom, but it was a new beginning.
Right.
It was a sad
time, but a new start for Koloa with the new generation.
Well, I just want to say on behalf of myself, Auntie Julie, and to all of our friends virtually watching pretty much throughout the world, we like to say aloha to everybody for loving Kauai and being Kauai, and just having this opportunity to share our aloha, to welcome people to Koloa, the great town of Koloa, because next year when everything pow, we'll be back.
We'll be back. We'll be back, definitely.
As Melissa has already told you, they approached me to, they had this dream to write a book about Koloa Plantation Days and explain what it was all about, why we celebrate it. So they came to me, and I had been coming to all of the Koloa Plantation Days celebrations, so I thought, well, this will really be fun. So I went up to the Kalaheo Missionary Church, and somebody had told me about a lady that remembered everything. So went up to the missionary church. Well, it turns out that she remembered growing pineapple, not sugar, and in Kalaheo, and not Koloa. So, I was disappointed. She said, well, you want to talk to Mama Kaneshiro? So she introduced me to Mamo, and Mamo was a wonderful interview, and we became good friends, and we're still good friends, and so that's how that all came about. In the end, I interviewed 70 people.
And some of the stories we captured too are of people who are no longer with us, like the late Stella Burgess and Keith Smith, who was here at the very first festival, but no longer speaks, but he writes up a good deal, and he's writing some books too, which is amazing. Tell us a little bit, Ada, about how the book is structured. Are there pictures? Are there photographs as well?
Well, are there photographs? People have been so enthused about this project that they keep sending me pictures. I got 850 pictures from Dr. Billy Bergen, who has written several books about the Paniolo. Grove Farm gave us, I don't know how many thousand pictures. And every day somebody from Hawaii State Archives calls and says, I have another picture. So we're getting so many wonderful pictures, pictures that date back to the late 1800s up until today.
One of our favorite interview subjects is Mamo Kaneshiro of Kaneshiro Farms, who is honored this year at the 35th annual Koloa Plantation Days. So next we're going to go to Kaneshiro Ranch, Daryl Kaneshiro, and talk story with Mamo, Daryl, and Val.
As many of you know, we're working on a book called Koloa Plantation Days Talk Story. And in order to get people to talk story with me, I went to several places and found Mamo at the Kalaheo Missionary Church. And I interviewed 70 people, and Mamo was one of my favorites. Mama, can you tell us a little bit about your family, where they came from, and the stories that you told me?
Okay, my dad came from Okinawa, Japan in 1909, and he worked for Koloa Plantation when he first came to Hawaii. And my mom came in the year 1912. It's a matchmaking marriage, yeah.
Yeah, she was a picture bride.
Yeah, picture bride. That's right. But after working about Koloa Plantation for 6 years, my father decided to move to Kauai, and she moved to Koloa town in I would say 1915 or 1916, because my oldest sister was born in Kauai. So we have 11 siblings. So the rest of the family, 9 children, siblings, are all born in Koloa.
So, Mamo, because of this virus, you know that you were going to be the Grand Marshal this year, and now we're not going to have a parade. But we're still going to honor you and your family for 100 years in Koloa.
Yes. All right. Well, I really want to thank the people for honoring us, actually, the Koloa Plantation Day is 2000, but sorry that there won't be any parade. But yet, I think, the memories will be remembered about Koloa Plantation Days. It's almost, I think almost 40 years.
Yeah, I understand you worked on the first committee for the Koloa Plantation Days.
I was on the committee. Yeah, with Phyllis Kunimura, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say that in behalf of the Kaneshiro family, Ohana, I want to thank the community, the schools, and all these organizations that support our business. Throughout the 100 years we were in business, raising hogs, but in return, I think actually, my my philosophy is, you know, when we go into business, well, when I do, anything, I say that, you know, the Lord gave us all this, this land, and we are just stewards of what He gave us, gave to us that we might be able to raise our family, help people, the community, help all these different organizations, to support them, well, if they want to do fundraising and all these things. The next generation, I grew up in agriculture from very young, and we should, support people who want to go into agriculture, because, when you think about it, every time you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it's because of agriculture. Yeah, and we grew up in agriculture.
The Kaneshiro family is honored to be this year's 2020 Grand Marshals of the Koloa Plantation Day celebration. How fitting that it was 100 years ago that Ojiji, our Kaneshiro grandfather, started selling his fresh pork around Banana Camp in Koloa Town to supplement his sugar plantation income for his 11 children. The farm grew, and in the 40s, Uncle Seso, Uncle Sugar, Uncle Say moved the family out to the country and the current location here in Omao. In the late 60s, Mamo and Joanne Kaneshiro took over management, and in the late 70s, with the help of family and friends, built the farm up to the size that we know today. However, times change, things change, and after 100 years of Kaneshiro fresh island pork, we cannot continue the pigs. Some good things must come to an end. But other Kaneshiro family members will be expanding into other agricultural ventures like sheep and hemp. From the Kaneshiro family to yours, we thank you sincerely for 100 years of patronage and support.
Thank you, Melissa. Our family is extremely proud to be the Grand Marshals this year, and we're extremely proud of Uncle Mamo guys and Auntie Val and the huge legacy they've left, because this is truly, we're a fourth generation farming family, and it all started with my great-great-grandpa. And Uncle Mamo guys were able to carry on the legacy. And I was fortunate that my grandpa also ran a chicken farm, and in his later years he grew fruits and vegetables for the farmers market. And then now me, my dad, and my brother, were able to continue the legacy with our sheep ranch. We saw it go from we had probably 300 sheep to now close to 900 sheep. And the thing with agriculture is you always have to be moving, you always have to diversify. We originally had the sheep just to eat grass, and we'd sell a few here and there, and eventually we moved to having them eat grass at solar farms, and we've moved into other type of ventures. We've diversified the property a lot, and we've went into hydroponics, and we've also gone into hemp, which my dad has been working hard on, hemp to create CBD oil.
Yeah, I think it's a great honor to have you honor the Kaneshiro family, especially Uncle Mamo and Val, more so that their era of hog farming and all of that is coming to an end. And it's unfortunate for the island. How much everybody loves pork and loves the things they produce, but how it is. It's all very hard work. Farming is not an easy work, and for us, even for me as a third generation farmer, yet I never did it full time until I retired about a couple years ago, almost 10 years now, and now I'm doing it full-time, believe it or not. But we are diversifying. I think the key to agriculture today is to diversify. It's been very, very hard. I first started off with cattle, and we went to sheep, and now we're doing industrial hemp. So diversification is a key, I think, to make agriculture survive on the island. But as I said before, don't worry about my donkey. He's just saying hi to all of you, welcoming all of you here. He hears my voice, so he always says something. He's talking back to me, but it's okay. It's all friendly. And it's such a great honor that we've had the opportunity to farm here on such a beautiful land, to continue the legacy of farming. And we're going to continue to the efforts we're doing with the industrial hemp. As you know, we've been a very strong advocate of industrial hemp, and you can see from the background, and someday you may have an opportunity to tour that and also see how we are continuing to keep the legacy of agriculture alive, just the same as when sugar was once here. So we want to carry that tradition on, and this is what makes our island so beautiful. Thank you.
If you just joined us, I'm Melissa McFerrin-Warak of Koloa Plantation Days, and I'm here with our Vice President, Bertram Almeida, and he's also one of the coordinators for the park event, which we enjoy after the parade. Bertram, will you tell us a little bit about what we do at the park and what makes it fun?
Well, there's, as you know, the parade ends up at the ballpark, and there's a lot of festivities over there. There's a lot of food and a lot of entertainment.
Got served with a stanky leg. And you, my brother, just got a full serving of Hawaii's prime grade A manapua, man.
I particularly like the fact how I see everybody that I've known all my life around the community, and others, visitors that come back every year, and they reacquaint themselves, and it's just a real special event for the community and for the island.
I can't tell you how much pride I have and how, heartwarming it is to always see, the local families, Koloa families, people coming from all over the island to be a part of this celebration. And you see them all along the parade route. Enjoy Koloa. This is where it all began, the first productive sugar plantation in the whole state of Hawaii. Thank you.